At Step 1 Survival, I get a lot of keyboard warriors that will watch the videos from Step 1 Survival for the first time, and they'll start typing, and they have no idea all the things we've done here on the channel. I want to point this out before I get started. Today's video is going to be sponsored by the fastsnatch.com. They have a wide variety of cool stuff for you, and you should go check them out. I want to go back real quick because I get a lot of people who just enter the room. It's Billy. He's on the keyboard. He's going crazy, and he just starts talking, right? And if you go back, I've been doing this for about, what, 6 to 8 years. I think it's about 8 years, more or less. But multiple channels. Used to be a reloading channel back in the day. I used to reload every caliber from 50 BMG to 22 LR, and I did that stuff. And then YouTube had started doing this. If you look right here on the wall, right there, not suitable for ads, frowny face, right? So there was that period of time, and then people started getting kicked off of YouTube, so I had to stop doing bolt actions and muzzle loaders, and you can't even make a muzzle loader anymore. I do a lot of archery stuff. I'm really good at knife throwing. I don't share that too much, but there's plenty of videos of me doing knife throwing and axe throwing, hatchets, all that stuff. I can throw one at really far away, probably about 50 yards. I can nail that sucker, let me tell you. Anyways, so that's a little resume for myself. My only way of confirming it is through YouTube videos. All right, today we have this guy right here. This is the adder, and all of you kept saying, get the adder, get the adder, because we did, real quick, Steam Bow's Finis. That is the magazine fed compound bow everybody wanted to see. We did that video. The bat reverse. Everyone wanted to see the bat reverse. Then they wanted to see it with a stock. We did that video. Magazine fed folding stock AR6 Stinger. We did that video. The regular bat. This is the forward bat. I think we've even featured this guy on the channel before, just for fun, you know. So, without further ado. You've seen it unboxed. Let's see it put together. And I want to give my insight into the assembly. This is it. And it is all that and then some. I understand now why all of you wanted me to show this. It has a pin here. You pop this pin off and you pop it out. It's just like an AR-15. You just pop the pin and you can pull this out. And you don't have to have a stock if you don't want to. You can just run the sling that it comes with. Nice, very, very nice sling. And this is from Elk Archery Research. So all their stuff is very right there. Elk Archery Research. Anyways, pop that pin. You can remove this if you want. Up here, up top, you've got one pin that allows you to change. If you want a different limb, swap the limb out. Today I have a 190, I have a 100, and I have a 90. So we'll run through those. Gives you a forward grip, and this just, you know how that mounts up. It just mounts right up. But you've got this section here. This is your magazine. The magazine is real simple. It's got a pin here. You just unscrew and it pops out, and then you slide it. That's all there is to it. That's assembly. That's how easy it is. So you can be shooting within the first 10 minutes after you receive one of these. You can get to it. The cocking mechanism is right here. This is crazy. It's just like that. And that allows you to go forward, put another bolt in place, and then it grabs here and brings back your bowstring. Just like that. You got to be... I like the safety features. That's the other thing I need to point out before I even get started shooting it. I like the fact that this has a latch right here. I like that. That's very important to have. Here, it always has to be in safe. I like that too. That was another feature that I saw when I was playing with it. So I went ahead and I took the liberty of sighting it in to not bore you with that. They make a lot of rebuild, repairs, kits for this thing. So you can fix anything. It's really nice. You get side rails. I wanted to point that out before I even go any further. You don't have to have this. You could put something like a laser flashlight or something on it. It's very powerful. So you could use this for many, many applications. This is the one that the guy was using in a video. I know this is... I'm gonna jack his name up. George Sprave. I've watched many of his videos here on YouTube, and he actually has his powered by. It's written right here. So this is the one that I actually saw in a video. The guy was using these broadheads, razor edged broadheads, and he took down a boar after 3 shots. A huge boar. Took 3 shots. Anyway, now let's show it. Loading the magazine is right here. Put your thumb in, slide your bolt in, and just drop. Hopefully that one flies straight. That one went straight through a target. I am convinced that this would go straight through turkey breast or whatever it is you wanted to practice shooting at without any problem whatsoever. And it tells you the size bolts you need to use. Most models with it do the magazine. It'll hold 5 shots. They probably make extendos for these, I'm not sure. Most of these use the bolts that are, let's say, they're like this. Like your AR6 Stinger from Steambow, they actually take about this size length, and your bats will take a bit longer ones, and these are a bit wider than all the others. So these are not compatible. All these bolts for all these different models are not compatible with one another, just so you're aware of that. So don't go trying to shove other things into these things, because you can't mix them up, because I've already tried it. So take it from me. Take my advice. So I won't be using the sling today. I brought the sling out just in case I want it. We always set up safe. Turn this guy on. Let's put it on low first and see. Yeah, low works. And then let's get to it. Switch hands here. There it goes. Slam it in. That. See it okay? Nice. We'll figure out the groups here in a minute and see how it went. As you can see, this is a little bit heavier. Nice. I think I'm a bit off, but that's 2 shots. Here and here. And let's just go check them out. See where we are. I've got other limbs I need to try out, so we'll swap those out here in a minute. Let's just see how bad this is. All right. First off, this one went through the target. This is actually developed for pistols and rifles. This will hold it. This will, you spray paint these 1D targets and you can paint them white, shoot them again and make new marks. I just didn't have any white paint. But this is actually meant for pistols, rifles. They go up to 50 BMG. So you can actually shoot and it'll actually seal back up and you spray it. Went through, and that's really lethal because this stuff is heavy duty. So just throwing that one out there. This is a really heavy target. It went all the way up to the fletchings. I'm glad it didn't go all the way through. It would have messed the fletchings up. Went right out the backside. So I'm a little off to the right. I should probably adjust that. I need to kind of turn it over a little bit. But yeah, I'm just a little off. All right. I've adjusted the sights and I left the bolts in the target so you guys can still see where I shot before. So today, right now we've got the 110. This is the 110 lambs. That was the 130 lambs. So we're gonna see if there's any difference. This one doesn't have the stop here, the bumpers. So, and I went ahead and took the liberty of putting on a red dot just cause, I don't know, somebody's gonna want to do it. All right. Let's make sure we're good. Turn it back on low. I made the adjustments on this. Hopefully I didn't screw that up. Let's see if I can see that. Yeah, they're still about in the same place. Do center mass. There we go. Let's try the other target. All right. Turn my power off. And let's go check them out. Take you with me. Some people don't trust that you're doing this. Well, I got it up. But it's still to the right. I just adjusted this. I'll have to move it over some more, I guess. I don't know. It must be the angle I'm at. Sometimes when you're shooting on an angle, you kind of, it's just over just a little bit. It's a couple inches off. Ooh, that's really bad. And I see what happened. See how this went in less? All right, so we're at a 110, so it's less power. So the arrows are, the bolts are dropping just a little bit. So you'd have to adjust your optic for that. Bring it up more. So you'd have to bring this up just a little bit more. You're gonna have to adjust that down. So down is up, up is down, you know what I mean? Let's see how far it went in. It still went through the back. And that's with the 110. So that's good to know. Now let's switch it over to, I think, the 90. And see where it goes. While I'm doing everything else, I went ahead and did the sight adjustment before I changed limbs. I wanted to show you how to change limbs before I go any further. Because, you know, you just undo this. Now I've still got, I think, one bolt left in there. You'll see it's just going to fall out. Check this out. That little thing there, just put it in your pocket. That's how easy this is. Look at that. Back it off. Now I've got this thing here, so I'm just going to use an Allen key. Get me an Allen key here. You know how they're hard to punch out, these little pins. Push it in. I think it's easier to do it on the table. There's that. Pop the pin there. There goes your limb. That is your 110. It says it right there. 110. And now I have the 90. I had to adjust for the 90. I had to go up a little, or down a little bit. Remember, down is up, up is down. You know what I mean? I forget. I get the sighting stuff in, and sometimes I'm like, oh, well, I'm straight. Yeah. And then I realize, wait a minute. You know, you ever do that? You're like sighting something in, you're like, I just did it a while ago. I had to stop myself. I was like, wait a minute, that's backwards. You just can't go up and down like that. You gotta get, it's like down is up, up is down. I have to tell myself the ditty every time I do it, like a little jarhead. All right, that goes on. Put your screw back in, and it doesn't affect the sights. I noticed that too when I changed the other limb. It didn't change the sights at all. So you're going to get to see the whole step here. Let's go ahead and got to put some of that glue on the broadheads. That's the only thing I saw wrong with it. That says a lot. All right, there's one. Let me go ahead and load this up. You just keep them in your back pocket. Try to tighten those up. It might affect the flight. That seems alright. Not too wiggly. So you're going to see one extra bolt in the target because I just got done shooting. Just line it up. It's the only thing. It might be a little difficult for some people, but this is well worth it. This takes a lot less time out of your shooting, follow up, and everything, having a magazine. All right, it's on low. I think I've already turned that on. There's that. Just in case. Let's go ahead and load one in. Bring your butt in there. Go. Safety's off. Let's go ahead and drop it in there. Nice. You can tell, hang on, let me turn you a little bit. You can tell it's a little bit more chill because it's a 90. This would be good for practice. Use your 90. A little bit high. Drop another one in there. Dang it. I do that every time. I think I got bullseye that time. It's a little bit less power. See if I can get a headshot. Headshot. Nice. I got. Keep track of your bolts. Don't accidentally. This is the last one, so I can't shoot after that. A little bit to the right. Let's go check it out. Power off. Power off. Let's go take a look. Come with me on a magical voyage. Alright, check it out. There's the headshot. It went through the target. Now this is some heavy stuff. This is like shooting through a giant car tire, like a mud tire. You know, the tread side. Just so you know, that's what this is like. It's really thick stuff. That one went straight through. That was the other one I fired. This one, I don't know. I guess it's just all about where you hit. Maybe I'd already hit there before, but that one went in a lot deeper. As you can see, this doesn't have any support, and that's about what you got. Now let's go check this out. I did get close to a bullseye on that other shot. My groups got better. I kept adjusting till and if I kept feathering it in, I would get where I wanted. So this was good. These are still center mass, so I'm okay with that. I don't have to hit the dead center. I don't need the extra 25 points. I'm okay. But this is good. That one was an epic fail. I'm sorry about that one. That one went down. That was because I adjusted the sights reverse. That's what happens when you do that. That's if you don't follow the rules and I did that by accident. I haven't had my coffee yet. So these are good. Really nice. Let's see how far that one went in. It looks like they all went through. You can see, yeah, every one of them went through it. And this is some heavy duty stuff. This is for really, really heavy bows. I mean, this one would do like, you know, beyond 400 feet per second would stop that. So I don't have a backdrop, you know. I get asked all the time, you know, about the backstop thing, And I've been doing this for years, and you guys have seen on the channel, if you go back to some of the earlier archery videos, all I had was an old falling down shed that was, and I would make smiley faces, you know what I mean, just with a standard recurve bow, you know. So I use instinctive archery. I don't usually use sights. It's confusing me, you know what I mean. I'm not used to using sights. My wife always asks, how do you do the instinctive stuff? Because like I can just look at something on the ground, or you know, a tiny squirrel or whatever, and freaking get a headshot. It's peripheral vision and the broadhead. That's all I can tell you. It's a weird thing, but I've just naturally been able to do it for years. So this is all new stuff for me, you know, all this sighting stuff in and everything with bows. With bows, it's different, because you have to think about it. Just because you're using a compound bow, okay, let's talk about archery. Just because you're using a compound bow doesn't throw off the archer's paradox. The archer paradox is where something bends in flight. Enough power, it's like that 130 arch where the limb I was using. That 130 actually has enough force to kind of, you're just thumping the back of something. Remember that. You've got all these guides and stuff in place. It's guiding it through, but you're just thumping the back of it. That's all you're doing. So you got to really think about what it's doing, the effect it's taking. It's not like firing a bullet. You know, I mean, I was in the Marines for a very long time. So, you know, sighting in a bullet is a lot different than sighting in a bow. For those of you that, it's like, oh, it's a red dot, it should be the same thing. It's exactly the opposite. It's a completely different story. Sighting in a bow is completely different than sighting in a rifle, pistol, shotgun, whatever it is you've got. Everything's completely different. So keep that in mind when you do this stuff. I guess that's all I've got for this. Go check out the website. I've got the link below. I'm gonna have their Amazon store. They're really popular on Amazon as well. Go check them out. Highly recommend it. This thing is nice. I mean, this is for professionals, entry level, anyone who just wants to shoot one of these things. This is the bow or crossbow magazine fed thing that everyone should probably play with, because not only did I have fun today, but I really respected the fact that it had the safeties in place. So you don't have any accidental stuff. Say you've had too many Coors Lights and you get a trach injury, you know. It's got a lot of safety features that does prevent. It's a very safe and accurate, and it does have really fast follow-ups. So I mean, you can shoot this thing really fast. Technique, practice, training is everything. Train with it, boom, before you know it, you'll be nailing it. But yeah, all right, thank you guys for watching. Please share, subscribe if you haven't already. God bless, take care, stay safe.